You've never heard the story I'm bringing you today before. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for Tuesday, October 7, 2025. In the next episode, fans can expect Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, to face off with Jill Abbott, Jess Walton. Nikki Newman vs. Jill Abbott. Let's start off with Nikki, who faces off with Jill. When the Abbott matriarch goes to the Newman ranch, Nikki says that she has something she needs to get off her chest. The blonde then adds that it's a long time coming. While Nikki could unleash her fury, I wonder if they will find common ground. ChatGPT said. Feud of the century. Nikki Newman and Jill Abbott's explosive showdown rocks Genoa City, secrets, scandals, and betrayal unleashed. Genoa City is no stranger to drama, but the latest clash between two powerhouse women has fans' jaws on the floor. Nikki Newman and Jill Abbott, two icons of the Young and the Restless, are about to face off in what's being called the most explosive feud in years. Old wounds, bitter rivalries, and deep secrets are bubbling to the surface, threatening to tear the town apart. For decades, Nikki and Jill have fought for power, love, and control, but this time, the battle isn't just about business or ego. It's about revenge, redemption, and legacy. The latest storm brewing between these two formidable women has every resident of Genoa City on edge. Rumors have it that a shocking betrayal, long buried, has come to light, one that links the Abbotts and the Newmans in ways no one ever saw coming. Nikki, elegant yet fierce, has spent years maintaining her composure as the matriarch of the Newman family. But behind that polished exterior, she's still haunted by the ghosts of her past, and one of those ghosts bears Jill Abbott's name. When Jill makes a daring business move that puts Chancellor Winters in direct competition with Newman Enterprises, Nikki sees it as a personal attack. However, Jill's motivations go far beyond corporate competition. Insiders whisper that Jill's sudden aggression stems from something deeply personal, a secret connected to Catherine Chancellor's legacy and Victor Newman's empire. For Jill, it's not just business. It's payback. The tension first ignited when Nikki discovered that Jill was quietly buying shares through a shell company linked to Chancellor Winters. The deal would have given Jill a controlling interest in a division that Newman Media was planning to acquire. When Nikki confronted her, the fiery exchange reportedly turned vicious, with both women dredging up years of resentment and betrayal. "You've always envied what the Newmans built," Nikki allegedly snapped, her voice cold as ice. "No, darling," Jill shot back with her trademark sass. "I've just never liked watching you pretend you're better than everyone else." That's when things got personal. Sources close to the show reveal that Nikki may have discovered a hidden link between Jill's past and one of Victor's early business takeovers. There are whispers that a confidential file from the Newman vaults could expose a scandal Jill has fought for decades to keep hidden. Could it involve the mysterious origins of Chancellor Industries? Or even Jill's complicated history with Catherine and Philip? Whatever the truth, it's powerful enough to reignite a feud that could destroy reputations, and possibly entire empires. The war between these two women doesn't just stay in the boardroom. Genoa City's social circles are feeling the tremors. The Newman and Abbott families, long entangled in loyalty and rivalry, are being forced to take sides. Victor Newman, ever the strategist, has reportedly told his wife to crush Jill before she strikes first. But Nikki, in her own right, has no interest in playing second fiddle to Victor's games. She wants to handle Jill her way, with grace, precision, and just enough venom to make her point. Jill, meanwhile, isn't backing down. Having survived heartbreak, manipulation, and more than a few scandals, she's ready to remind everyone, especially Nikki, that she's a force to be reckoned with. Jill Abbott doesn't kneel, one insider says. She's going to go for the jugular. And fans can expect fireworks when the two finally meet face-to-face at a high-profile Genoa City gala, where both women are rumored to attend with their allies. Champagne, couture gowns, and simmering hostility, it's a recipe for chaos. According to leaks, the confrontation at the gala spirals out of control when Nikki publicly accuses Jill of betrayal. Jill's response? A mic drop revelation that could shake the entire Newman dynasty. Rumors suggest Jill may reveal a secret involving Newman Enterprises' financial history, or even expose a buried scandal connected to Victor's early years. Could Jill be holding proof that one of Victor's biggest business triumphs was built on deceit? If so, she's not just threatening Nikki's pride, she's threatening the very foundation of the Newman Empire. But as Nikki lashes out, there's another player silently pulling strings in the background. Some fans speculate that Victor himself may be manipulating both women for his own gain. After all, chaos often serves Victor's agenda. By pitting Jill and Nikki against each other, he may be distracting them from a much larger move, possibly involving Chancellor Winters, Newman Media, and even Jabot. Meanwhile, whispers suggest Catherine Chancellor's legacy could come into play once again. A newly discovered document, possibly part of Catherine's estate, might resurface and turn everything upside down. Jill has long claimed she was robbed of her rightful share of Catherine's fortune, but what if this new revelation proves she was right all along? If Jill gains control over a major portion of Chancellor's holdings, she could instantly become one of the most powerful figures in Genoa City, and a legitimate threat to the Newmans. As tensions mount, Nikki's own demons begin to resurface. Struggling to maintain her sobriety and control, she's caught between defending her family's empire and confronting the emotional turmoil that Jill's provocations stir. Victor's overbearing influence only adds to the pressure. In a moment of vulnerability, Nikki confides in Victoria, revealing that she's terrified of losing control again, both personally and professionally. Victoria, protective yet pragmatic, advises her mother to strike before Jill does. But the lines between strength and vengeance blur quickly. Jill, too, is facing internal struggles. While she thrives on competition, she's also haunted by the ghosts of Chancellor Mansion, Catherine's voice still echoing in her mind. Don't let greed destroy you, Jill. But Jill, in true Abbott fashion, won't be lectured by the past. Her eyes are fixed on the future, one in which she finally outshines the Newmans and reclaims her rightful legacy. Yet as both women escalate their feud, an unexpected twist threatens to change everything. A mysterious letter arrives at both of their doors, the same day, the same time. Its contents? A stunning revelation that ties both families together in a secret dating back decades. Speculation runs wild that the letter may involve a hidden heir, someone connected to both the Newman and Chancellor families. Could this be the secret child long rumored to exist from a past affair that neither woman ever suspected? If so, the fallout would be catastrophic. As Genoa City buzzes with gossip, the tension builds toward a climactic confrontation that will leave lasting scars. Nikki and Jill's showdown is not just about business or betrayal, it's about pride, power, and survival. Each woman believes she's fighting for her legacy, but in the end, both may lose more than they ever imagined. Behind the scenes, allies begin to shift. Jack Abbott, tired of Jill's obsession with revenge, might find himself sympathizing with Nikki. Meanwhile, Victoria's ruthless streak could make her more like Jill than her mother wants to admit. And as Victor quietly watches the chaos unfold, one can't help but wonder, is he enjoying the spectacle, or has he underestimated the fury he's unleashed? By the time the dust settles, Genoa City will never be the same. The Newman-Abbott-Chancellor triangle will be redefined, alliances will shatter, and long-buried truths will finally come to light. Nikki Newman versus Jill Abbott isn't just a catfight, it's the culmination of decades of ambition, betrayal, and resilience. These women have survived affairs, deaths, scandals, and heartbreak. But this time, their war could change everything. As one insider teased, this isn't just another feud. This is the feud of the century, and only one queen will survive the fallout. The stage is set, the stakes are sky high, and the women of Genoa City are ready to fight like never before. Nikki may have the Newman name, but Jill has the fire of Chancellor blood in her veins. When these two collide, expect explosions, heartbreak, and revelations that will ripple across every corner of the Young and the Restless universe. Who will come out on top, the poised Newman matriarch or the unbreakable Abbott warrior? One thing is certain, Genoa City will never forget the day Nicky Newman and Jill Abbott declared war. Read more, find out what happened on the last episode of Y&R. After all, Jill is distraught enough over Kane and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. With Kane coming after the Newman Empire, everyone needs to band together. For some reason, women are a lot better at doing that than men. What is this? Report ad. Victor Newman's alliance. Eventually, Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, will meet with Jill as well. They could strike up an alliance. However, with Victor not wanting the best for Billy, I wonder if they can find a way to get along. Victor Newman's shocking new alliance changes everything. Genoa City power players stunned by his next move. Genoa City has witnessed its fair share of power struggles, but no one could have predicted the latest twist from Victor Newman. Known as the Mustache and the ultimate puppet master of the young and the restless, Victor has once again left everyone reeling with a move so unexpected that it threatens to shift the entire balance of power in town. After decades of controlling the chessboard, Victor has done the unthinkable. He's formed a new alliance that no one saw coming, and the shockwaves are already shaking Newman Enterprises, Jabot, and Chancellor Winters to their core. For years, Victor has thrived on control, manipulating rival companies, outsmarting his enemies, and keeping his family under his thumb. But something about this new move feels different. It's not just another business maneuver or a calculated power grab. It's deeply personal. Sources close to Newman Enterprises reveal that Victor has grown tired of the constant betrayal within his own family. The ongoing clashes between Adam, Nick, and Victoria have left him frustrated and, some say, vulnerable. Victor's done trying to control his children, one insider explains. He's about to remind everyone in Genoa City that he doesn't need anyone, he creates his own alliances, on his own terms. The buzz around town suggests that Victor has aligned himself with someone from outside the Newman circle, possibly even a former rival. Whispers in the corridors of Newman Media indicate that Victor has been secretly meeting with Jill Abbott, a stunning twist that, if true, would change everything. Nicky Newman, loyal yet wary, reportedly confronted her husband after catching wind of his secret meetings. "You can't trust Jill," she warned. But Victor, with that familiar glint in his eye, allegedly replied, "Sometimes, my dear, it's wise to keep your enemies closer." But Jill isn't the only name being floated. Others claim Victor has reached out to none other than Jack Abbott, a move so shocking it borders on betrayal. The Newman-Abbott rivalry has fueled decades of drama, but recent turmoil in both families may have forced Victor to reconsider old grudges. Jabot has been struggling internally, with Kyle's questionable decisions and Diane's controversies threatening to destabilize the Abbott brand. Jack, ever the strategist, may have realized that working with Victor, even temporarily, could benefit them both. Jack's no fool, an insider says. If aligning with Victor means saving Jabot and hitting back at Tucker McCall, he might just do it. Meanwhile, Chancellor Winters finds itself caught in the crossfire. Devon, Lily, and Jill are trying to hold the company together, but Victor's sudden interest in their operations raises questions. Is he targeting them for a takeover? Or is he forging a partnership that could lead to a corporate superpower? What makes Victor's latest play even more intriguing is how quiet he's been about it. The normally boastful mogul hasn't said a word publicly, leading many to believe that this alliance is part of a long-game strategy. "When Victor goes silent," said one observer, "that's when you should worry." And the whispers keep growing louder, this alliance might not just be business. Rumor has it that Victor's new partner could be someone with personal stakes in bringing down his enemies. Some fans speculate that it could even be Tucker McCall, who has his own history of corporate ambition and ruthless tactics. While Victor and Tucker have clashed in the past, they share one crucial trait, an unrelenting desire for dominance. If Victor and Tucker have indeed formed a temporary truce, the rest of Genoa City better brace itself. Together, these two could wipe out competitors with ease, rewriting the town's corporate hierarchy overnight. The first sign of Victor's scheme came when Newman Enterprises quietly acquired a major stake in a mysterious holding company based in London. On paper, the move seemed unrelated to Genoa City's core businesses. But insiders quickly noticed that the company's board included names linked to both Tucker and Jill. Suddenly, all the pieces began to fit. Could this London-based entity be the front for Victor's new alliance? Nikki's growing unease suggests she knows more than she's letting on. She's been seen spending long nights at the Newman Ranch, reportedly poring over old company documents and records. Those close to her say she's trying to uncover the truth behind Victor's secret meetings and what he's planning. Nikki's not naive, one source shared. She knows that when Victor starts keeping secrets, someone's about to get crushed. Meanwhile, Adam Newman, who's often on the receiving end of his father's wrath, has been suspiciously quiet. Some speculate that Adam might already be involved in Victor's new alliance, or worse, that Victor's latest move is designed to pit Adam against his siblings once again. Victoria, ambitious and sharp as ever, isn't taking any chances. She's reportedly launched her own investigation into her father's activities, determined to expose whatever he's hiding. Her biggest fear? That Victor is planning to restructure the entire Newman empire and hand the reins to someone outside the family. If Victor trusts Jill or Tucker more than his own daughter, Victoria allegedly confided to Nate, then the Newman name means nothing. Nick, the family peacemaker, is trying to stay out of the fray, but he may not be able to for long. If Victor's new alliance threatens the family legacy, even Nick might be forced to pick a side. But while the Newman family fights among themselves, Victor is several steps ahead. His new alliance is already bearing fruit. Rumors of a massive merger are spreading through the corporate world, one that could combine Newman Enterprises' global resources with Chancellor Winter's expanding tech and media divisions. If the deal goes through, it would make Victor's empire virtually untouchable. However, not everyone in Genoa City is willing to bow to Victor's newfound dominance. Jack Abbott, always ready for a fight, has reportedly begun strategizing with Ashley Abbott and Billy to counter whatever Victor's planning. Billy, in particular, has a score to settle. After years of being underestimated and manipulated, he sees Victor's latest move as a personal challenge. If Victor wants war, Billy said in a private conversation, he's going to get it. But Victor thrives on chaos, and in true Newman fashion, he's playing both sides. Some insiders say he's been feeding information to both Jabot and Chancellor Winters, manipulating each to his advantage. No one knows his true endgame, not even Nikki. Victor's always 10 steps ahead, Nikki once said. The question is, what happens when the people closest to him realize they're just pawns in his game? That realization may be closer than ever. A leaked memo circulating within Newman Enterprises hints at a major corporate restructuring, one that removes both Victoria and Adam from leadership roles. The new plan? To install a powerful yet mysterious figure as co-CEO alongside Victor, possibly someone from his secret alliance. Could Jill Abbott be the new face of Newman Enterprises? The idea seems far-fetched, but in Genoa City, nothing is impossible. Jill's business acumen and iron will would make her the perfect ally, or adversary. But if Victor is truly partnering with her, what does that mean for Nikki's trust, Catherine Chancellor's legacy, and the entire Newman family dynamic? The emotional fallout would be devastating. Nikki, who has stood by Victor through countless betrayals, would see this as the ultimate betrayal, both marital and moral. For Jill, it would be vindication. After years of being dismissed by Genoa City's elite, she would finally stand toe-to-toe with the Newmans as an equal, or perhaps even as their superior. As the town buzzes with rumors, one thing becomes clear: Victor Newman has once again changed the game. But in doing so, he may have set in motion a series of events that even he can't control. Genoa City's boardrooms are becoming battlegrounds, and loyalties are fracturing by the minute. The fallout could destroy friendships, families, and entire empires. Still, Victor thrives in the chaos. As he once said, when everyone else is losing their minds, that's when I win. And this time, his victory might come at a higher cost than ever before. Will his shocking alliance elevate him to unprecedented power, or finally bring about his downfall? As the storm builds, one thing is certain: Victor Newman has never played by the rules, and he's not about to start now. Whatever his next move is, it will shake Genoa City to its core. Because when Victor Newman makes an alliance, it's not just business, it's war. The mustache strikes again. Victor Newman forms a secret alliance that could destroy his own family. Genoa City has seen countless betrayals, but none compare to the bombshell about to drop. Victor Newman, the ruthless patriarch, the puppet master, the unstoppable mustache, has done it again. In a shocking twist that's left both allies and enemies stunned, Victor has secretly aligned himself with someone no one ever expected, and the consequences of this alliance could destroy everything he spent a lifetime building, including his own family. For decades, Victor has been the center of power in Genoa City. Every move he's made has reshaped the corporate and personal landscape of the young and the restless. But this time, whispers from inside Newman Enterprises suggest his latest power play isn't just risky, it's reckless. This isn't about expanding his empire or crushing his rivals, it's about settling old scores and rewriting the rules. However, in doing so, Victor may have set off a ticking time bomb that threatens to blow apart the Newman dynasty from within. Rumor has it that Victor has formed an alliance with one of the last people anyone thought he'd trust, and that this deal was made behind closed doors, away from the eyes of his children, his wife, and his board. The name of his new partner remains shrouded in mystery, but sources hint that it could be someone with a long history of animosity toward the Newmans. Some say it's Jill Abbott, whose rivalry with the Newmans has simmered for decades. Others insist it's Tucker McCall, the corporate maverick with his own agenda and a burning desire for revenge. But there are even darker theories floating through the halls of Newman Tower, that Victor's secret ally isn't an enemy at all, but one of his own blood. Could Victor have struck a deal with Adam behind Victoria's back? Or worse, is he working with someone outside the family to push his children out of the empire entirely? Whatever the truth is, one thing's for certain: Victor Newman has launched another one of his legendary schemes, and this time, no one is safe, not even the people who share his last name. The first sign that something was brewing came when Victor made an unexpected trip out of town under the guise of private business. Nikki Newman, ever the devoted wife but no stranger to her husband's secrets, grew suspicious. When she tried to get answers, Victor dismissed her concerns with his trademark calm. "Don't worry yourself, my dear," he told her. "Some things are better left unsaid, for now." But Nikki's instincts have always been sharp. She confided in Victoria, who wasted no time digging for information. That's when she found something strange: a series of untraceable wire transfers from Newman Enterprises to an overseas account connected to a shell company based in Singapore. The name on the account? A corporate entity known only as McCall Chancellor Holdings. Within hours, speculation exploded. If Victor has been funneling money through an offshore company linked to Tucker McCall and Jill Abbott, then he's not just making a deal, he's building a shadow alliance capable of overpowering every other player in Genoa City's business world. Victoria was furious. She stormed into Victor's office, demanding answers, but the man known for his cool composure didn't flinch. "I built this empire long before you were running board meetings," he told her coldly. "And I'll protect it the way I see fit." It was a chilling moment, one that left Victoria realizing that her father was no longer playing the role of mentor or patriarch. He was a general preparing for war. But what kind of war requires betraying your own family? The answer may lie in Victor's growing frustration with his children's disobedience. For months, he's watched them fight for control of Newman Enterprises, arguing, defying orders, and questioning his authority. Adam's rebellion, Victoria's arrogance, and Nick's independence have left Victor feeling cornered. He's tired of being undermined, and this alliance could be his way of reminding everyone that he is still the true power in Genoa City. Victor doesn't forgive betrayal, says one longtime observer. Even if that betrayal comes from his own flesh and blood. But if Victor's secret partner really is Tucker McCall, then the implications are staggering. Tucker has been plotting his own comeback, slowly regaining influence through backdoor deals and quiet acquisitions. A partnership between Tucker and Victor would be a corporate juggernaut, two master manipulators with endless resources and zero conscience. Together, they could dismantle Chancellor Winters, threaten Jabot, and even rewrite the rules of Genoa City's economy. And yet, such an alliance would come at a heavy price. Jill Abbott would never forgive Tucker for aligning with Victor, and the Chancellor legacy could be caught in the crossfire. The Abbott family would strike back with fury. Jack, in particular, would see Victor's new alliance as a personal attack, and he wouldn't hesitate to retaliate. Victor can make 1,000 moves, Jack once said. But eventually, one of them will blow up in his face. That explosion might be closer than anyone thinks. Insiders suggest that Victor's alliance involves more than just business. He's allegedly gained access to confidential information about several major players in Genoa City, information that could ruin reputations and shatter lives. Rumor has it that Victor's secret partner provided him with this intel in exchange for something even bigger, a share of Newman Enterprises. If true, that means Victor could be preparing to hand over part of his family's legacy to an outsider, an act of betrayal that would send shockwaves through the Newman clan. Nikki's growing anxiety paints a clear picture of the chaos at home. She's torn between her loyalty to Victor and her fear of what he's becoming. The man she once saw as her protector now feels like a stranger, one whose thirst for control might finally destroy the family they built. "I don't recognize him anymore," Nikki reportedly told a close friend. "He's not doing this for us, he's doing this for himself." Meanwhile, Adam, ever the outsider, senses opportunity. He's convinced that his father's mysterious alliance could benefit him, if he plays his cards right. Some insiders even believe Adam may already know who Victor's partner is. Could Adam have been the one to suggest this alliance in the first place, hoping to use it to secure his own future? If that's the case, Victoria's fury will know no bounds. The siblings have clashed before, but this time, the rivalry could turn into all-out war. Nick, as usual, will try to play peacemaker, but even he knows that once Victor sets something in motion, there's no stopping him. "Dad always thinks he's 5 steps ahead," Nick said in a recent exchange. "But sometimes, he's playing with fire." And indeed, Victor's fire is spreading fast. As the alliance quietly solidifies, Genoa City's corporate world begins to tremble. Deals are collapsing, stock prices are shifting, and whispers of hostile takeovers are circulating. Companies like Jabot and Chancellor Winters are tightening their defenses, unsure who to trust. Even Newman Media, now under close watch, has been rocked by sudden staff changes, and some believe Victor is cleaning house to prepare for whatever comes next. The question everyone's asking is simple: what's Victor's endgame? Is he trying to create an untouchable empire that will outlast even his children, or is he setting the stage for something darker, perhaps even revenge against those who doubted him? Some say Victor feels his legacy slipping away. Age, family chaos, and corporate rebellion have left him feeling isolated. This secret alliance might be his way of reclaiming control one last time, ensuring that his name, not Victoria's or Adam's, defines the future of Newman Enterprises. But others believe something more sinister is driving him, something deeply personal. Could this alliance be tied to a long-buried secret from Victor's past? Some fans are speculating that Victor's mysterious partner might hold information about events from decades ago, something Victor has spent years covering up. A hidden betrayal, an old crime, or even a long-lost connection to the Chancellor or Abbott families, any of these could explain why he's so desperate to keep the truth hidden. Whatever the motive, the fallout will be massive. When the truth comes out, and it always does, the Newman family will implode. Nikki's trust will be shattered, Victoria's authority will be questioned, and Adam's ambitions could backfire spectacularly. The empire that Victor built through manipulation and power could crumble from within, undone by the very same tactics that made it strong. Yet, in typical Victor fashion, he won't see it as destruction, he'll see it as transformation. Sometimes you must burn it down to rebuild it stronger, he once said. And maybe that's exactly what he's doing. Maybe Victor Newman isn't destroying his family, maybe he's forcing them to prove they deserve the name. Still, as the storm gathers, one thing is clear, this alliance is unlike anything Genoa City has ever seen. It's dangerous, unpredictable, and explosive, just like the man behind it. And when the dust settles, there will be winners and losers, but only one true king. Because no matter how much chaos he creates, how many hearts he breaks, or how many bridges he burns, Victor Newman always lands on his feet. He's the master of reinvention, the architect of every disaster, and the man who can turn betrayal into victory. But this time, the stakes are higher than ever. His secret alliance might bring him more power than he's ever had, or it might finally be the move that costs him everything. Either way, one thing is certain, the mustache has struck again.